right, guys, welcome back to the NFL Pick 6 Show Season 2. This is our season opener edition, and this year we're going to be doing pretty much the same thing, but we changed it up just a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. So we actually entered twice. We entered the Circa Survivor and the Circa Millions contest this year. So we're going to give you our 5 Circa picks for the week with our spreads, and then we're going to give you our Survivor pick.
All right, so let's just get right into it.
Okay, yeah, totally. And for those of you that are just kind of getting into sports gambling or picking games in an office pool, the way a spread works, I think we should kind of talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So
sure.
The way a spread works is, let's say an example, let's say the Kansas City Chiefs are -3 at home against Baltimore, okay? So that means at the end of the game, you're gonna have to subtract 3 points from your score. If your team is +3, at the end of the game, you get to add 3 points to your score. It's just that simple. There's also things like money lines. Like let's say the Chiefs are, I think they're -145 right now. That's super simple too. Just base everything off of $100. So I have to bet $145 or risk $145 to win $100 plus your $145 back. So it sounds a little bit confusing. If they're +200, every $100 I bet, I'm gonna get $200 in return plus my $100 back. So that's just a basic outline for those of you that are kind of new to it, what the spread is.
All right.
Cool.
So you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go our 5 picks.
All right. So for my first pick, I have Miami -3 against Jacksonville. You know, it's just Miami, man. They're a high-scoring team. I don't think Jacksonville's defense is going to be able to stop them at all. I think they're just going to throw a bunch of lawn darts down the field to Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle, I heard he might be questionable. They're too fast. They're too fast. I don't think Jacksonville's defense is good enough. I don't think their offense can keep up. I think it's pretty simple.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I actually have that pick on my board. Last year, I was so nervous about taking the 3-point spread and worrying about the half point and all that stuff. And then at the end of the year, I was like, man, I think I let that influence my decisions too much.
I think it did for me too.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not going to stay away from this year. So I do have that on my board. I know the Dolphins are a little bit banged up going into the season.
Yep.
But I do think that I think they're going to work Jacksonville.
And you also have to remember they do have all the running backs back. So Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert. It's just a team of speed.
Yeah, and we all know that the Dolphins perform really well in the first couple months.
Yep.
They like the warm weather.
Yep.
I mean, they are playing another Florida team, so it's not their normal advantage at home.
Yeah.
But it's a different story in December.
Yeah.
No,
for
so
sure.
Get them early. I like that pick.
No, yeah. All right.
Okay, so my first one is you're gonna love because we all know you're a Texans fanboy, and I have Houston -2.5 at Indy.
All right, so I actually have the same exact thing. Honestly, I think the Colts are going to be a pretty decent team this year as long as Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. Yep. I'm really excited to see him play. We only got to see a glimpse of him first 2 or 3 games of the season.
Yeah, I think he went out in the 3rd game.
Yeah, and he was great. He was a great quarterback. He led the league in fantasy points. So, little fantasy pick right there.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that are new to the show, Nolan is the one that's super smart with all the names of the players. He knows every player on every team, the stats, all that stuff. I'm more of a feel guy, so that's our 2 different styles in picking.
Yeah.
I can feel like I can feel how a team's vibing and read the spreads in a way that helps me win, and he's more of the analytical guy. So you're going to hear lots of good information out of Nolan and lots of feels out of me.
Yeah, so, like I said, I got the Texans too. Their receiving core, with the addition of Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell is back and healthy, Nico Collins. They just got to upgrade with Joe Mixon in the running back position. CJ Stroud, sophomore slump, maybe.
Yep.
I don't think so, though. I think he's going to be a top 3 quarterback this year. I love the pick.
Okay, cool. Yeah, week 1 sucks.
Yeah.
It's great that football's back. I love it. We know nothing. We think we know stuff. We're kind of going off last year in trades. So all we have is the information we have, and I think they're going to be really good this year.
I do too. It is a divisional game, and it's the first week. So, it can be close. It could literally be a 1-point game.
Yeah.
Or the Texans can go out there, win by 30 points. You never know. Because Anthony Richardson can go out there, rush for 2 touchdowns, pass 3. You never know.
Yeah. Great. Well, we're in total agreement.
Yep.
Super boring for everybody wanting us to argue it out. But what you got next?
All right. So I think you're going to like this one as well. I got Cincinnati -8.5 against the Patriots. I mean, look, Cincinnati, they were kind of in that down year last year. It wasn't their best. They were really injured. And there's all the rumors with Jamar Chase, since he hasn't been at practice and he's not participating right now, he might not play. But their head coach said that it's looking like he will. Still not for sure, you know, it's up and down. But the Patriots just suck, man. Like, Jacoby Brissett named the starting quarterback. Now, I do love Jacoby Brissett. I think he's a great backup. Don't get me wrong, but he's a great backup. He's not a starter. Can't do much with this team. I think this is an obvious choice.
The Patriots are in a total rebuild. I mean, they're picked to be the worst team in the league this year.
Yep.
We'll see if Carolina can to beat them out.
I think Carolina's going to be better than people
Some people are really
think.
high on Carolina. I think they're over Carolina. I think is 5 or something. For
Yeah,
the
I was thinking
Patriots
it's going to be around 4 or 5 for Carolina.
It might even be 5.5. And Carolina only won 2 games last year.
Yeah.
So I mean that'd be huge for them.
No,
to
yeah,
try to get
I mean,
over that. I don't know.
a lot of off-season acquisitions, you know. Like,
Yeah. Well, I don't dislike the pick. Dropping an 8.5 in the first week when I don't know what I'm going to get, especially the Bengals tend to start slow.
Yep.
So that'd be the only reason I'd be scared of that one. I do think the Patriots are going to be pretty terrible. A lot of people are saying they're going to be the 0-16 team or 0-17 team. So
they could be. I agree. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I was actually thinking it'd be an interesting way to play Survivor.
Yeah.
Is just pick against
The Patriots.
the Patriots as much as you can the entire year.
No, honestly,
so-
I think it's the best bet.
Yeah.
I think it's the best bet.
Okay, well, I don't hate it. I'll keep it on the table.
All right.
Okay, my next pick, Friday game. Like I said, I'm taking all the rules out this year. I was like, oh, no Thursday games, no Friday
Yeah.
games. This year, I'm just going with my gut. I like Philly at home, -2.5 against Green Bay. I know everybody's going to hate me, especially Coach K. But I don't think Green Bay is going to be as good as everybody thinks. I think Jordan Love's going to have a super slump year.
What?
I do. I think they go under their win total. I see them as like a 9-18.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know I might be crazy. I like Philly at home. I think Philly was awesome last year, and they just had that crazy things got in their head. They didn't do well for that slump. But other than that, everybody forgets that they were undefeated for
Yeah.
I don't know what they were. They were
It was
8-0 or something before they went on a 6-game
It was
losing
longer
streak.
than that.
Yeah. So they've been consistently good for years. At home, I think they take care of business.
All right. Look, I think Philadelphia will win the game, but I'm high on the Packers this year. You know, I'm a Jordan Love fanboy.
You can't be a fanboy of the Texans, the Green Bay.
I know.
Who else?
I just have people I like, and I like Jordan Love. I think he's going to have an MVP caliber season this year.
Yeah.
I'm high on the Packers. You know, Josh Jacobs, that was great. You know, lost A.J. Dillon, got hurt. Young wide receiver room, but they're really talented. I don't hate it, but there's always that the Packers can just come back and they could win the game. I'm a little nervous because for me that's a 50-50 ball. I believe in the Packers. I think they're going to be a 10 to 11 win team this year. I think they could beat out the Lions for their division. So
Okay.
I don't hate it. It would just make me really nervous.
That's what it's all about. All right, what do you got?
All right, so next on my list was the Texans, but we already talked about that.
Agreement.
Now, this could possibly be my favorite pick of the week.
All right.
I'm really high on this team as well. I think their wide receiver one is going to have the best season of his career. And I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks -6
Hate the Seahawks.
versus Denver.
No, I don't hate the pick. I just hate the Seahawks.
Look, I don't like the Seahawks either.
They're so fickle. I feel like who's showing up this week? You know, that's what
Well,
I'm thinking.
so that's the thing. You know, they have great players. They're just inconsistent.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be their year of consistency. And, you know, this may be crazy. I think they could take the number 1 spot for the division. I know that they have the Rams and the Niners in the division, and even the Cardinals this year.
Yeah.
Cardinals could be good. But there's something, I have a feeling DK and Geno are just going to connect. There's a lot of heat. Everyone's just talking about them. You know, they're starting to get fired up. I think the Seahawks can be a great team this year. 11 wins. Niners could maybe they could slip up a couple games in the division since the division is a lot better than it was last year. I think the Seahawks can pull it off. I mean, God, Denver's also just god-awful.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's kind of the same theory with, it's like betting against the Patriots sort of thing, with Denver. What's the spread on that, 6?
Yeah.
And Seattle's at home. Okay. I don't hate it.
Here's the thing. Rookie quarterback, Sean Payton, good coach. He can develop Bo Nix to be a good quarterback. But I just don't have faith, especially in the first week with Denver.
Yeah.
I don't have faith with them all year, actually. I think they're going to be horrendous.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember the stat, but they have a really bad September on the road record.
Really?
Denver, yeah, something about their slow starts on the road. So, okay, I don't hate that.
I just think, Seattle's going to win the game. I know.
Well, I like.
Knock on wood.
I think I like that 6 better than the 8.5 out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, I do
Even
too.
though Cincinnati probably wins that game 30-0,
Yeah.
and then we go, okay. All right, next for me is Tampa Bay at home -3 against Washington. So I like what I saw out of Baker Mayfield. They surprised everybody last year, and I don't see any reason why they're not going to just do the same thing. I don't think they're going to dominate, but I do think they're going to be, a plus 500 team. So Washington sucks.
So here's the thing. I don't know if you saw, but the Bucs lost a lot of defensive players this year. They have Mike Evans still, which is huge for them. Chris Godwin, Rashad White, supposed to be a great year for him. Baker, I have faith in Baker still. I think he's a good quarterback. I do agree they're going to be above 500 team, but here's the only problem. Washington, they weren't the best team last year. They still pulled off a couple good games though. Jaden Daniels, I have a feeling he's going to be a good quarterback, especially in this league. The run game has changed so much, and like running quarterbacks, and I think he's going to be like if Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick had a kid, and he's just going to be like a better version of them.
Yeah.
Scary Terry, most underrated wide receiver, and now he actually has a quarterback that can throw him the ball. He throws balls 60 yards like it's nothing. The running back room with the new Austin Eckler, I don't know. I'm a little nervous on that one because Jaden Daniels could come out and be like Anthony Richardson last year and
get hurt.
Yeah, but the first 3 weeks he killed it.
Yeah, I know, I get that.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I'm nervous with that one.
Okay, I can handle it.
All right. I was on the edge between 3 games, but this is the one I picked. Cardinals +6 at Buffalo.
I have this on my board.
So it gets me nervous because Kyler Murray, coming back.
Yep.
Marvin
I feel like
Harrison.
He's due, though.
He is. You remember Kyler Murray? I loved him. I had him on my fantasy team every year. I rooted for him. He was my guy. Marvin Harrison Jr., a lot of hype around him. He can come out and be the best receiver in the league, or he can just be a total bust.
Yeah.
James Conner, underrated running back. Trey McBride, tight end, scaling up the ranks. They can be a great team. Good defense. Buffalo on the decline.
Yes.
Cold in Buffalo, though. Cold in Buffalo.
Not yet.
It could be cold. It's September.
Yeah, it's because you live in Florida.
Well,
60 degrees is cold.
I don't know. But look, Cardinals, they could be great, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Especially off last year's performance. They did all right, pulled off a couple wins for a bad team, but it just gets me a little nervous. And we don't know if the Bills are going to suck. I hope they do.
Yeah, me too.
But
yeah, I think you're getting an inflated spread here. I think you're getting the past Bills' success spread here and the past Cardinals' failures. Yeah. And I think they both moving in opposite directions. I think that the Bills are going to be worse than last year, and I think the Cardinals are going to be better than last year.
I agree.
So that's why I think the spread's wrong. I think it's probably should be a 4-point spread. We're getting 6.
Okay.
So yeah, I like it.
All right.
Cool. So that was my next one, but my last one, I have Miami -3 at home against Jacksonville. We already picked that, right?
Yep.
So, okay.
All right. So we got Miami and the Texans for sure.
Okay, we agree on those.
Yep. Do you want to put the Cardinals in there?
I do, because we both agree on it. That was kind of our rule before. If we both came in with one, we just locked in. I like that.
All right.
Why would we argue ourselves out of a position, right?
And then here's the thing. Last year, we kind of just kept meeting in the middle
Yes.
with a lot of our picks.
Yes.
We kind of just like, if we had three, I'd pick one, you'd pick one.
Yep.
We can't do that.
Okay. What do you
We
suggest?
gotta like just fight out until we figure out who the best picks are.
So, which one do you want to fight for the most?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yep.
Okay. I will not fight you on that because that was probably my favorite of the ones that we were arguing about.
Okay.
So I'm okay with taking Seattle.
I'm just confident. I really think Geno Smith is gonna go out there and just ball out. Gonna throw a couple dimes to DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf 3 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker, couple run touchdowns.
I'm in.
Denver Broncos, terrible team. I think it's a no-brainer.
Okay. So me, I like Philly -2.5.
Oh my gosh.
But I know you hate that, but you also don't like my Tampa Bay -3 at home against Washington. So both home teams.
These are both scary, man.
These are both home teams.
I know.
Come on, they're both good at home.
You like it more than Cincinnati -8.5 at
Against
home
Patriots?
against the Patriots?
Everybody's on that. Okay, I don't know. Maybe.
The Patriots suck.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Name one wide receiver on the Patriots right now.
No, I know. My only concern is, what if their defense is sticky and they play as good a defense as they did last year?
They lost defensive players.
I know.
I mean, Christian Gonzalez is back.
I hate dropping an 8.5 on the first week just because I don't.
Gotta be a
know
little
enough about them.
risky.
Yeah, I know, and it probably will end up being that like.
Oh, I think it's gonna be
30
like
to
30
6
to
kinda
3.
game. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Well, because, look, Philadelphia, I have a feeling they're going to win the game. I think they could win by like 1 point, dude.
Yeah.
Or they could win by a bunch. I don't know. It's going to be
That's a great prediction.
It's going to be close or it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I need to take both of your picks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Well, I just think mine are the most reasonable. Now, look, you're taking, in my opinion, with the Bucks Commanders game, 2 mediocre teams. When you put those teams against each other, anything could happen.
Yeah.
One got better, which is the Commanders. One got a little worse.
Yeah.
So now I feel like they're almost at the same level.
Well, now you're stressing me out because I was going to argue Tampa Bay for my survivor pick. So
I was going to argue Seattle for my
yeah,
survivor
I know that
pick.
now. So okay, all right, that's terrifying. Seattle as the first survivor pick.
I
Okay.
think it's great. You think the Broncos are going to beat Seattle?
No, I don't. But I don't know what to expect either.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Seattle's a lock.
Okay, you are more passionate about your Cincinnati pick than I'm passionate about my Philly pick against
Yes.
Green Bay. So I will do it, but just know if we go 3-2 and your 2 picks do not win, I will ridicule you on the show next week.
All right. I'll take all the heat next show, but I'm not gonna have to because they're both gonna hit.
Okay, awesome.
5-0 week.
I would love a 5-0 week. That would be a great start. Last year we started with a 4-1. I would love to start with a 5-0.
We just picked my whole board.
Did we have your whole board?
Yep.
Well, 3 of them were mine.
Five of them were mine.
Oh boy, that's not good.
It's very good.
If you know Nolan's history, this is not good.
What are you talking about? No, this is great. I think all the picks are right.
I'm stressed. It's just stressing me out.
No, it's stressing me out too.
Well, it's been a whole year.
I'm very confident.
I just I don't remember. You don't remember the stress, and then I
think I kept up with it enough to know like where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got it.
Okay. All right.
I think I'm gonna be a lot better than I was last year. Not saying I was terrible last year. I mean, it definitely wasn't the best because my first year, with this whole spread thing. But now that I know, I think I got in the bag.
Okay, so Survivor. We have to have a Survivor pick. We're in the Circa Millions contest, which means that Thanksgiving and Christmas count as their own week. So you have to be very careful to not use teams that you want to use.
Yeah, this is going to be super hard.
Christmas. It is super hard. There's a lot of different theories with it. It's just pick and stay alive as long as you can. It's get as much equity as you can by using bad teams early and risk going out, and then you have a huge advantage when there's less people because you have great teams.
We only have to use 18 teams. So look, you never have to be put in a position where you have to use Denver or the Panthers or whatever. So I mean, like, gosh, the worst team we might have to use is like the Vikings.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, let's hear your Survivor picks.
Well, okay, so one of my Survivor picks is Cincinnati -8.5 against the Patriots. The reason I don't like this pick is game theory says you should stay away from what everybody's going to be on because you don't get any advantage if it wins other than moving to next week, and you don't get that huge advantage if there's a crazy thing that happens and half the pool goes out on Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So that would be my own argument against my own pick with that. And my other one was Tampa Bay, because when the hell else am I going to use Tampa Bay this year? Probably not.
Yep.
I was going to try to burn them early against Washington because I like them at home in that game.
Well, you said you weren't going to want to use Tampa Bay. I know you hate Seattle too.
I do hate Seattle.
But you know who they're playing this week?
Denver.
The Denver Broncos. Worst team in the league.
So you think Denver's worse than the Patriots?
No, second worst team in the league.
There you go.
I have Seattle as my Survivor pick.
Okay, so we're thinking don't go with the guaranteed probably win of taking Cincinnati. Risk all of our money and take the Patriots. Risk all of our money and take Seattle.
Dude.
But we get some advantage.
Well, here's the thing. Cincinnati has a tough schedule. So we actually could take them. Because we have to look at it like this. Steelers twice. I'm never taking them against the Steelers ever.
Yeah.
Browns twice. Never taking them against the Browns. Ravens twice. Never taking them against the Ravens. And they have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I know they have a couple other hard games in there. Maybe Cincinnati is the play because this is going to be their easiest matchup all year.
Yeah, I don't like the way they usually stumble out of the gate. Makes me a little bit nervous. I think it's probably a guaranteed win and a guaranteed way to advance. But honestly, I'd rather take your Seattle pick and get the equity of that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Having Cincinnati
Denver
later on in the
is
year.
so terrible too. Like, my gosh, now we're just really picking who's going to play better, Denver or Seattle?
Yeah.
Or not Seattle, or the Patriots.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And Denver's going to play better. God, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in it. I say let's just do it. Let's get crazy. We'll feel good after we win that Seattle and we burned a team we didn't care to play the rest of the year. You feel okay about that? It's a lot of stress on you this week.
Oh my God, yo. All right, yeah. Are you sure you don't want to go with Cincinnati?
I think so.
Because I don't know if I'm going to want to take Cincinnati almost at all this year.
Well, here's the deal. We can always change our mind. One thing we didn't mention that we did last year is we do something called our Friday finals. So the Circa spreads don't actually come out till Thursday. We typically record this on Tuesday. We're recording on Monday this week just because it's the beginning of the year. But we record on Tuesday. We usually get it out on Wednesday for you guys. And then the spreads don't even come out till Thursday, the official spreads for Circa. So sometimes, we thought it was 3, it's going to be 3.5. We'll change our mind, and we will put on our Instagram our Friday finals, so you'll get the actual Circa spreads with our actual picks. Only changed a couple times last year. Pretty much we kept
I don't
know
if it changed once actually at all.
I think we changed once or twice, but anyway, that way you'll have that update. We'll also update this week for the Friday final. We'll update our Survivor pick.
Yep.
Just in case Nolan and I are sitting at the table and we come up with a better pick, or we think about it, or we sleep on it. But right now we're on Seattle with a backup as Cincinnati. Yeah, and my two apparently don't count.
And well, you said Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati was
yours.
one of my choices. Yeah.
So, just to clarify, the survivor pick, you're not going with the spread, right?
No spread. Just have to win every week.
Okay.
Yeah. Some pools you can't pick the same team twice. Like Circa, once you burn a team, they are gone. You just have to win every week and stay alive if you're the last one standing. It is a whopping $12 million, I think it's up to.
Wow.
Something like that this year. So
Wow.
that would be nice.
12 mil.
Yeah, so just stay alive.
Buy a new house on the water with that one.
Yes, it would be nice. Unless you go out the first week with Seattle as your pick.
All right, so whoa!
No,
Hey,
so,
I said I'm fine with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's an easy pick.
Well,
Seattle's.
we'll continue to argue about it, and we'll release it on our Friday finals. I think is the best way. But right now, we're sitting with Seattle with a backup of Cincinnati.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So to recap our picks, we're going to go with Miami -3 against Jacksonville, Cincinnati -8.5 against the Patriots, and the Texans -2.5 at the Colts.
Nice. And then we've also got Arizona +6 on the road at Buffalo, and we've got Seattle -6 at home against Denver. And right now we're sitting with Seattle as our week 1 Circa Millions. Hopefully it's not a $12 million mistake by Nolan, but that's what we're sitting at right now.
All right. I'm confident with the pick. Seattle's going to win. I'm not even worried about
You know, for the rest of your life, it'll be like, hey, remember that time you lost us $12 million?
it. Dude, we're not going to lose. It's the Denver Broncos, man.
I like
chilling.
it. I like it.
I do too. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up our show. Make sure to go follow our Instagram, NFL Pick 6. That's where we're going to post our Friday finals, other fun things like fantasy, injury updates, just stuff like that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell.
If that graphic's going to be there. I don't even know if I'm going to have that graphic from last year, but I'm going to hit the bell anyway. So yeah, and then make sure you follow us at the Circa Millions contest. We're actually signing up tomorrow. So I don't even have our handle yet. Hopefully it's pick 6 like it was last year, but we'll let you guys know either in the Friday finals or
I think
next
it'll be
week's
pick
show.
6.
It'll probably be pick 6 again. And then Survivor, same thing.
Yep.
You'll get an update from us, but you can follow us on that too.
All right.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Have fun burning your books.